Hello once again to my YouTube family. Welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to discuss Unit 1.3 of Personal Development, that is Introduction to Personal Development and starting the journey of self-awareness. So how we can start the journey of self-awareness. So let's see. So the learning outcomes are, the first one is students will be able to describe own personality strengths and areas of improvement. Students will be able to analyze the opportunities and threats for their personal development. So in order to start the journey of personal development, it is very important to focus on the four aspects of a person's life, right? So the first one is its strengths, then comes the weaknesses, then comes the opportunities, and last one is the threats that are directly related to that individual. So, do you think that personal SWOT analysis is possible or it is at organizational level? So, what is SWOT analysis? So, in order to develop a personal development plan, it is very important to focus on the SWOT analysis. So, what is SWOT analysis? To focus on your strengths. S stands for the strengths, W stands for the weaknesses, O stands for the opportunities, and T stands for the threats, right? So we have to focus on these four domains in order to make a personal development plan to achieve any goal. So, yeah, here strengths and weaknesses. These are the two factors that are internal, that are innate, right? Strengths and weaknesses, they are always inside a person. As compared to strengths and weaknesses, if we see opportunities and threats, they are external aspects of the environment. We receive opportunities and threats from the environments, from the surrounding that we are living in, right? So this is the major difference, that in SWOT analysis we highlight on the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities and threats of a person in his or her life, and strengths and weaknesses are internal factors, and opportunities and threats are the external factors from the environment. So the task for all the students who are listening or watching this video, the task is that you have to create your own SWOT analysis. Here's a question, that do you think that personal SWOT analysis is possible or it is at organizational level? So yes, we can develop personal SWOT analysis for personal development, for achieving the personal development goals, right? So it is very important to develop your own personal SWOT analysis plan. So for that, all students are required to make their own SWOT analysis. Now for that, first of all, you all will have to decide a goal. The first one is you have to decide a short-term goal, any goal that you want to achieve in next few months. That is the short-term goal. And then you have to decide a long-term goal. After 5 years, after 7 years, what do you want to have in your life? What are your future goals, right? After 5 years, after 7 years, after 10 years, where do you want to stand? Where do you want to take your life, right? So you have to set two types of goals. First one is short term goal, that is within few months, and the long term goal that is long in duration, that talks about 5 years, 10 years, 15 years from now, right? So first of all, you have to define the short term and long term goals. Then with respect to those goals, you have to identify the strengths inside you. Then after identifying the strengths, you have to highlight the weaknesses. What are the weaknesses which are stopping you to achieve your goals? And what are the internal strengths that you think will push you towards the goal? And opportunities, what are the opportunities in the environment that you have at the same time you think that will push to you towards different goals? And what are the threats? Threats are also external. What are the threats that are harming you or that are stopping you to achieve your goals? So you have to you have to make a SWOT analysis plan in which you have to highlight strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. But remember one thing, that for short term goal, you have to identify two strengths, two to three strengths, two to three weaknesses. Similarly, it goes for opportunities, two to three opportunities from the environment, and two to three threats from the environment. And it same goes for the long term goal. You have to identify a single goal, a single long term goal, and with respect to that goal you have to identify two or three internal strengths, two or three weaknesses, two or three opportunities, and two or three threats from the environment, right? So this is all about SWOT analysis, and this is a task that you have to do, right? With respect to SWOT analysis. So I hope SWOT analysis is crystal clear till now. This is a worksheet that all the students are required to complete. Then the next one is motivation for personal development plan. So it is very crucial that before moving towards personal development plan, we have to think about that either we have intrinsic or extrinsic motivation or not. If we do not have motivation, then how we will focus on developing a plan. If we're not motivated, if you're not interested, then you're not interested in making any personal development plan because you think that you are perfect with respect to all domains, right? And if you think that there is a need of improvement, it means that you need to make a plan, and for that plan you need motivation. And what type of motivation? We have two type of motivation: internal motivation and external motivation. So what is motivation? Motivation is basically the arousal, direction, persistence of goal-oriented behavior or voluntary effort. It is a person's own effort to improve in life with respect to different aspects of life. Either it is spiritual, either it is physical, financial, or any other aspect that we have discussed in the last lecture as well. So we have two types of motivation: intrinsic and extrinsic. So both type of motivations are important in developing a personal development plan and in thinking of any short term or long term goal to make your life the best version of yours, right? So what is intrinsic motivation? Intrinsic motivation is the motivation that we have inside us, that is internal. So it is the natural tendency to seek out and conquer challenges as we pursue personal interest and exercise capabilities. So it is our own motivation, it is our personal motivation and internal motivation from within ourselves. So those people who are high on intrinsic motivation, they actually do not need anyone else to motivate them. They're already motivated. They don't need anyone else or anything from the environment who will motivate them. They are self motivated. So this is called intrinsic motivation. What about the other type? Extrinsic motivation is a type of motivation that is from the environment, the motivation that people usually give us, right? So this is extrinsic motivation. So, which type of motivation is important for developing a personal development plan? Both of these types of motivation, either it is intrinsic or extrinsic, both are very important. But if you are making your plan by yourself, so intrinsic motivation is more important than extrinsic motivation. But overall, both are important. But intrinsic motivation will lead towards your goal, right? So, it is more important. So this was all about motivation. In order to develop any personal development plan or SWOT analysis, motivation is a must.